if you're approaching someone with a collaboration, you need to have value. So always look at someone and then, okay, what value can I bring into this person? How can I work together with this person?
Because someone that has 1,000 followers or less than, and you want to collaborate with somebody that has 80K, first of all, follow the person. Then try to engage with their post. Be the first person to like it. Make sure you've built a relationship with them.
You cannot collaborate successfully if you do not know the value that you're bringing. So I have people reach out to me and say, oh, Yeychi, let's collaborate. And I'm like, okay, walk next to it. If you're approaching someone with a collaboration, you need to have value.
I don't call myself an influencer. If you get influence, good. I am a creator. I am running a business. I am paying tax.
Hi, Yeychi. Hi, Bolaji.
Hello. Hi.
How are we doing?
Alive and well.
You said, tired. Hope it's not, yeah, well, you told me no. It's from every other thing. Okay, so I've been looking forward to this conversation because you two are questioning it. I've been following you for about a while back, and I love how you've remained consistent. So, but before we get into the content vibe, let's play a game. I always play games with my guests before the start of, because we had just played before you came in almost instantly, and you answered that question, right? So from this deck of cards, just select a question, just any. The first one, I like that.
No.
Are you sure of that question?
I hope so.
Okay, so are you sure of the question?
Actually, I like this question.
Mine says, how do you show affection to your friends?
Okay, that's a nice question.
I cook fried rice for them.
You see that?
I just cook. Everybody that comes to my house, I cook fried rice for them.
Why fried rice?
Are you my friend? You're my maidmate. You're my brother.
Fried?
Because no matter what I'm going through in this life, I will always cook fried rice. Yeah, I love fried rice. I love fried rice more than jollof rice.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm one of those strange people.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how I always show love. I cook fried rice for them. Yeah.
Awesome.
So mine says, in your experience, what's a popular advice that you found not to be 100% sure?
So this is work.
I think one popular advice, I would say it's an advice, but it's a saying that joy comes in the morning. Not you wake up, you still be sad. Yeah. So, I mean, it's true in some cases, but like, it's not necessarily true. Sleep and wake up, joy will not come. Sadness. So, yeah.
Okay. Awesome, nice. So let's start a conversation by talking about how, you're both content creators and doing so well on social media. How exactly did you get started in content creation? Like, what made you feel like this is what I want to do on the long term? So feel free, during the conversation, you can always just jump in to pick up from where anyone leaves.
Strange story. They stole my laptop in uni. I was studying computer science and engineering. I graduated with computer science and engineering. So in 200 level, they stole my laptop. I went to Ladoke University, and when they stole my laptop, they stole the passion away for computer science and engineering. In my hostel, I just went out, and before I came back, no laptop.
Wow.
We went out, everybody were running around. I don't know how. I'm sure it's somebody that was shared that story.
Came for it.
Was part of that person, because it was less than 1 minute, and then I couldn't find it again. And I feel like my school went on strike right after for 6 months. I also went on strike for like 6 months. I remember I was 19 then, and then I was spending so much time on my phone, and that was when I decided that that's what I wanted to do. Then I graduated, and in 2020, I think I got into KPMG in Nigeria. I got into KPMG after writing 3 stages of exam and everything. COVID happened, and then they said, oh, we're going to pause. We're not going to, you're not going to be able to resume. When it was now time to resume, then I said the department I applied for was full. I'm like, you know what, I'm not even doing this again. So I started putting my all into content creation, and that's how I started.
You just started putting money
Like, no, I did not have money. I was living with my father. So, I think what I had enough support. My dad was still funding me till I moved from Nigeria. I was still under my father. So I was living in my parents' house. And for content creation, I just put my all. But I started social media management when I was 19. But I started full-time content creation 5 years ago, which was in 2020, when COVID hit. That was when I put my all into it, and that was how I started. But yeah, social media management led into the life of content creation.
Okay. All right.
Interestingly, it is to my Tosha. I was in uni. I was in my first year in uni, and I went to a very, well, let's say, high class private uni.
Yes, you did.
Period. I said. I went to that kind of uni, and we're very keen on how we dress on Sundays. That's one thing that actually drew me to the uni. But it was like an uptight uni as well, what we could wear. So I remember one particular Sunday, I was in the restroom with my friend, and I was just complaining about this girl that wore this dress. Like, oh, she could have carried a different bag. Like, I had to wear a dress and wear a backpack. I was washing my hands, and then she was like, "You should actually start a blog. Like, just tell people like how to dress." Because for some weird reason, I was that girl on the floor that if people are going for like chapel service on Sundays, they're like, "Oh, Yeychi, what should I wear? This shoe, this bag. What should I wear?" I just happened to be that girl, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, just start a blog." And I laughed. Like, I just laughed about it, and we finished washing our hands and we left. So a few months, well, let's say months, yeah, a few months later, like I think it was now the second semester in my first year, there was another girl who was a content creator. So she was a blogger. She had been blogging for like a couple of years. Then she decided to do a class. So she was like, "Oh, I'm putting something together for people who want to be content creators. To come together, let's just talk about it." So we started talking about it. We had the session. It was literally really small. We're just like I don't think we're up to 10 that day. So we just met in like a classroom in school. And she spoke to us about it. She told us about, how the journey has been for her, how to monetize. I had money. I'm like, I want to be good. But really, I simply saw the possibility. So I started that information, had exams, closed for the semester, and then I went home, and we have like this long holiday, which is like 2 to 3 months long. And during that time, I didn't have anything to really, it's not like, oh, you have to be reading ahead. I didn't know what they were going to take me in second year. So what's the point of preparing? I had a lot of free time. So I told myself, let me actually open up the blog. And I started writing on a blog. Like then, blogs were the theme. So that's why I like to call myself an old school content creator, because I didn't start with doing transitions. I wasn't jumping and outfits were falling on me. No, I started with taking pictures on the road and then actually talk it like type it what I'm wearing. So that's basically how I started. Even when I started, I wasn't really doing Instagram. It was just writing on my blog, and then I started doing like skincare, hair care, because I've always been really conscious of like how I look, like how my hair looks, how my skin looks from a really young age. So I just put that all together. Or my goal when I started was I wanted to teach people how to dress.
That's right.
And I never really had the most complicated wardrobe. Like literally, most of my clothes were inherited from my elder sisters. Or like,
I knew how to put it together.
yeah, and I just wanted people to learn that from me. Yeah.
Nice. I like how you mentioned that like you're like one of the OG content creators in that high sector, right? And so that leads me to the next question, because I feel like content creation has evolved over the years, and you're one of the creators that have still managed to remain relevant. So for you, what would you say has worked? What are some of the things that you've intentionally done while creating content for you to still be relevant?
Okay, first thing I do is I treat my audience like literal people. So if I get 500 likes on a post, I see it as 500 people gathered in the room to watch me take this picture. And because of that, I know that as I'm aging, my audience, they're also aging with me. So I'm not too scared to shy away from like evolving my content, because people are also evolving with me. Even looking at analytics, when I started, most of my followers were 18 to 24. now most of my followers are and older, honestly. So I know that people are growing with me. When I started, I was doing a lot of content that people in uni could relate to. And I graduated. I was a bit scared because I'm like, okay, now I'm out of uni. So people still like my content. And I posted about my NYSC. People came on with me. I posted about my journey, like just living in Lagos. People came on with me. And then I moved to the UK. People came on with me. And I honestly just have always had that mindset. So I tell people, like, I know that now you're finishing school and you do a lot of like student content. The people that have been watching you, to learn about how to date students, they are going to graduate one day.
Yeah.
They might also be graduating with you. So how do you remain relevant? So I'm the kind of creator, and honestly, it's because I also grew up watching a lot of creators evolve. So I saw creators who started creating in uni, and then they left uni, they hit masters, started a business, they got married, they're now moms, and I'm like, I'm still interested in their lives. So why do I think mine would be different? Okay, so I'm just always trying to create content around what is happening in my life, but of course still like keeping it focused on the things that like I wanted to share, like fashion, beauty, all of that. But I choose my audience like literal people, and these are people that are aging. They're getting older by the year, so let's all grow up together. And it has helped me have a very strong bond with my audience where I think I remember when I announced my engagement, everyone was like, "Oh wow, I literally watched you grow up." I'm like, literally watched you grow up. But it's those are the kind of people that I have with me, and I'm like so grateful for that community that I have.
Yeah, I like that point of view. So more like you carry your audience through a journey, and it's not like you're just creating content, but they are actually with you throughout your seasons and different phases of life.
Yeah.
Okay. And now that you create content in that sense, right? So how do you then determine the kind of content that you want to create to generate money? Because we all know that creators, there are different baskets of content. There's some content that you put out there that is for just maybe engagement. There are some that are just authentic, you look good and you put it out there. But there are some that you're also very, intentional about, okay, I'm putting this because I want to be strategic to get brand partnerships. So how do you, what influences the kind of content that you put out?
It's actually a very hard question.
Okay.
But I think I've always tried to put my all in like my content, and it's something that helped me in the long run. So, I mean, now I get it that you have to disclose when it's an ad, but there are DMs I get, and I'm like, oh, Yeychi, you worked with this brand. I'm like, no, I didn't. I just posted a video with their products. You think it's an ad because of how good I made it look, but it wasn't an ad. I'm just always trying to put like my best foot forward. So whenever I have to like shoot maybe a fashion video or something, I try to make the lighting look good, whether I'm just doing like, oh guys, this is what I'm wearing, or whether I was paid like over £1,000 to create this video. I always try to make it look good. Yes, it's normal for you to want to make a video look better if it's paid for.
paid, yeah.
But I think the ones that maybe don't have the like hashtag ads are some of the things that brands will look out for because they want to see how your day-to-day organic content is doing, and these are the things that are really, really important.
Yeah. Okay. Bolaji, I saw you nodding. Do you have something to add?
No, she actually answered it. I feel like when it comes to like looking out for what brands do, because I and Yeychi were in two completely different niches. Yeah, even though it kind of intertwined with the tech, but she cares more about how she looks. I don't care how I look. I appear on my stories without makeup, sometimes with my hair scattered, just because I want to say what I want to say. Yeychi has to, if she's not looking, she did one story this week that she was not looking when all of us were looking at the wall together and we were hearing what she would say.
I was going through that.
But yeah, so I would say she actually answered that, but I was telling Joy while we were seated, and I was trying to do a correlation between the brands that I've worked with this year and things that I'm seeing. So there's been one brand, it hasn't been on my list, but it's a luxury social media management brand. And it's not, to me, it was unattainable to actually work with them. But because I had worked with similar brands that actually does what they actually do, it was kind of, when I got the email, like, I'm like, okay, you guys are seeing it. But it just, when you create your normal content the same way you would create a brand's content, that's when they will be able to approach you. Not that you put too much effort. Okay, so I want to create a brand's content, and on a normal day, I don't call Yeni to create videos for me. And then when I want to create brand content, I'm calling Yeni to create a cinematic medium. It would do well, but brands want originality. They don't want your ad to look like an ad. There was one video that Yeychi did with a collaboration with Niwa, where it was, she went to the gym and everything. It was a normal day-to-day content with the high tech of the same gear that she uses and everything. That's the kind of content brands will want to look at to want to work with you. The brands that come and meet me, they know that I don't used to do makeup to do their content. So they cannot be expecting me.
You to now do makeup because
I came back from Nigeria in August. Metrical was, I was in Nigeria at the beginning of, I went to Nigeria ending of July. And Metrical was like, oh, we need this content, but I said, it's not gonna work because I'm not in the country. You are going to have to wait until the ending of August. And I arrived a day before the content was supposed to go live. And I did the video without makeup on, like, because I do my videos without makeup.
It feels very organic.
Exactly. So whatever you create, however comfortable you feel, like if you're trying to most times you want to go extra mile with the brand's content, but I've come to realize that originality with the brand's content actually works. The video that I wore makeup for my Adobe partnership, it did not work. The one that I know wear makeup was one that I did wear.
People didn't engage much.
I feel like maybe I was looking strange. Maybe I should just continue to wear maybe. See, I feel like because now I'm wearing contacts. On a normal day I wear glasses. Maybe I should just continue to wear my glasses in my contact. Those are the kind of things I look at when I'm actually like reviewing the numbers. So what Yeychi said was actually right. If you create your content the normal way you create your content, and you're not creating it because you want to work with this brand, you want to work with this brand, even though in the back of your mind you know you want to. You just create it normally without trying to force anything. Those brands will actually work.
Gravitate towards you. Yeah. Okay. And you've built a strong platform, a strong community, a strong audience. So I think my question is, how do you, now we're not talking, we'll go back to brand partnerships, but I'm talking about collaboration now. So how do you think about collaboration with a fellow creator? Like, is that something that is up your alley? Is that something you gravitate towards? Or that's like, nah, when people reach out to you, can we collaborate? You're like, nope.
Okay, funny story. I actually have collaborated before in Nigeria. Social Media Week, both of us we hosted a panel together.
Yeah.
Prior to that event, I've never met her before in real life.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first day we were actually meeting in real life, and we planned everything, the session, the live, we collaborated together, and it was on a very big event platform, which was like African Next and Nigeria, so we collaborated together. So I feel like when it comes to collaboration, things I'm always looking at, I've noticed a lot of people that reach out to me to want to collaborate, they are not on the same wavelength. And I'm not saying followers now. I am a very driven person. I am a goal-getter. And you say, let's collaborate. And I'm ready to collaborate. But then you're not giving the same energy that I will give when it comes to collaboration. I remember when we were planning our event, I feel like this girl's energy was too much for the event that they
What did you guys collaborate on?
We had a panel where we had our own session at the African Next.
Oh, okay. So you both plan to have a session
together. Okay. So that was what we did. And I'm like, these girls, and I've collaborated with Dimeji. We had a podcast together, and Dimeji was even a go-getter because in one day we would record 6 episodes. Yeah, it was, and all these episodes were very long. So I'll travel from Lagos to Ibadan to go and record because the Meiji had the old setup when it was still in Nigeria. So I've collaborated with Salem before, but I'm very, very particular about the kind of people I collaborate with because some people just want to use you, and I just get really, really pissed when you say let's collaborate and you're not on the same energy level with me, and I'm bringing 80, you are bringing 20, and you're the one that wants the collaboration. It doesn't just always work for me. So things that I look out for, I look out for the drive that you have when it comes to collaboration. I look out for, okay, what's most times I don't even look out for what's the need for me, because I feel like I'm not trying to look out for anything else in it, because I'm like, okay, you know what? When it works, it works. Grad Girl Marketing is my friend. She has over 200,000 followers on LinkedIn. She's gone to different events and she's like, oh, let's collaborate on a post. I'm like, okay, how do we collaborate on a post when your brand color is pink, mine is green and orange? Like, and she does more of carousels. And I'm like, okay, let's try to do videos. And I can tell you, both of us, we've all done calls and we've spoken and we've not still spoken. We've spoken the collaboration. We've been able to collaborate in different ways, where she introduced me to Adobe. I became an Adobe ambassador because she mentioned my name in the room, and when they sent me the link and I sent in the application, they accepted it. I've been able to work with Metrical because of her. So we've been able to collaborate on brands we worked with. She's been able to like increase her prices with some of the brands and she's working with based on me working with them, and we've been able to so collaboration is not just about posts, it's about sharing ideas. Yeychi, I was telling Joy that Yeychi sends me most of these events that we need to go to. The creator fest that we went for, she was not accepted. I've never seen it before. Like, oh, Bolaji, you should go for this one. Bolaji, you should go for this one. She's always selling it with my dear. Even when I was looking for a job and everything, she was like, oh, why not apply for this one? If you say our DM is job, events, talking about what we want to do. And that's how we collaborate. We don't have to come out in public and say, oh, Yeychi did this, or we don't have to do that. But there are different ways you can collaborate with a creator that it is mutually beneficial and it just works for both of you. That's how it's always been for me when it comes to collaboration. I don't know how it's been for you though.
So I very much agree with that. And it's because when I started, I approached collaboration with the wrong mindset. So people always say, try to collaborate like across your peers. I was always aiming for the stars. Hey, there's nobody I cannot pitch to. You see that boldness I used to have in primary school, I carried it to the internet. And I mean, a lot of times the DM will not reply, or these people don't exactly send me. But the thing with collaboration is you cannot collaborate successfully if you do not know the value that you're bringing together. So I have people reach out to me and say, Yeychi, let's collaborate. And I'm like, okay, what next to it? If you're approaching someone with a collaboration, you need to have value that you're bringing. And it's, like she said, it's beyond a post. It's beyond, oh, I post and I tag you. There is a lot more. There are collaborations that have formed really strong partnerships. I saw someone who made a post this week and she was talking about her photographer. Now, she has been working with this photographer for 12 years. 12 years. Like, this person has taken her pictures through grad, through like when she started being a content creator, her first pregnancy, second pregnancy, third pregnancy, her child's birthday, first birthday, second family photo. Yeah, like this is how you form collaboration. This is how you form good relationships. And the first time they worked together was probably like, oh, maybe they met at an event and like, okay, let's kick it off from there. So always look at someone and then, okay, what value can I bring into this person? How can I work together with this person? It doesn't have to be a post. It could be something else entirely different. So if you are in the finance space, funny enough, a lot of content creators need help with finance, like filing for tax, understanding how that works. If you also are in like the space for like legal, you can help content creators with contracts. So drafting up their own contract, reading up their contract. Once you're able to identify your value, and value is variable. My value to you might be different from my value to Yeni. We're two different fields. So I need to understand my value to, and it's okay if you meet someone who is great, someone who has big audience, and you don't know your value to the person. You go home, hi, nice to meet you. Great.
You don't have to collaborate.
You don't have to collaborate. oh, you look good, you smell nice, take a picture, post it. That's all. You don't have to collaborate. All right. And when you then see someone who, oh, I have value for this person, then you reach out to the person.
Yeah, I love that. So you talked about making sure that you understand your value before collaboration. Bolaji talked about like the drive and manner of approach. But let's break it down further. Let's say someone actually has like 1,000 followers on Instagram. How would you tell them to approach collaboration? Should they be reaching out to people that have 20,000 followers, 80,000 followers for a collaboration, or should they be reaching out to other people that have 1,000 followers? Because we both know that the social media field, right? I've been there. I remember when I had like 800 or something thousand, for 800 or maybe 1,000 followers, and I reached out to someone, and not just even someone, a couple of people, and for most part, like you said, I didn't get any response. So how can this be very practical for people that are still building their audiences? They don't have a large number of following, but they're looking to grow as well.
I get that a lot. Like, I get that a lot. So I've collaborated, like the DMs, yeah. My DMs are my expert code, by the way. But so I get that a whole lot. And one thing I've come to realize is I pick the people I want to collaborate with. It's not that I'm too busy to even like sit down. Some people tell you they want to collaborate, and I go through your Canva design. There was a time I think I opened up collaboration. Like, you do the design and let it be relating to my audience. Then I'll post it on my page. That time there was no collaboration feature on Instagram. That time I have to, like, you send me the carousel. I've collaborated with Salem. I designed the carousel. I made sure it was relating to his audience, and I sent him the carousel, and he posted it.
So more like you followed his right time. Like, yeah, that time before there was no collab post.
And then you see some people, that's why they're literally like, what value do you bring? And then me, that my Canva design is always aligned. Your A is here, your Z is here. And you're telling me to host it on my page. It's not going to work. So what I tell them is, now I don't think I get DMs for collaboration. I think they've seen that this guy is she's not someone that is going to do that. But for someone that has 1,000 followers, or less than, and you want to collaborate with somebody that has 80K, you have 1,000 followers, you're a nano content creator, you need to have a strong community. So when you have a strong community, you're engaged in everything. You don't just approach, you don't just follow Yeychi today and say, let's collaborate. From where to where? God. Some people, they literally just followed you. Exactly. I saw someone follow me. The thing is, let me tell you, we're always with our phones. We are always with our phones. Even whether we're in meetings, we see that notification.
Yeah.
We just decide not to engage with it. I always see my notification. People like, when I reply people's DM, they'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe you replied me. I saw it and just chose to reply. But we see it, you followed, and then you're sending a DM, can we collaborate? It doesn't work that way. Or you want to collaborate with somebody that you're not following. First of all, follow the person. Then try to engage with their post. Be the first person to like it. Be the person that is always liking the story. I promise you, every single person that likes my story, I know. There are some people that are regular likers. So when they send me DMs, I always try to reply them. I always try to help them. I put out a role that I was looking for an executive assistant. Oh, God. It was, the people that submitted, no, there's work to be done. But I was able to select and give some people like pointers on how to like create their portfolios, even though I wasn't able to shortlist them based on they were always regularly engaging with my stories, regularly engaging with my posts. That's a form of collaboration. And sometimes I post their posts on my page, put it on my stories. I get nothing less than 5,000 views on a bad day on my Instagram stories, and pushing it sometimes always like helps. So when I'm in the mood, I just post it. So that's a way we can help collaborate, but you have to follow the person. Wait for like 3-4 weeks, but within that 3-4 weeks,
What are the
engage. Oh, one thing, go into their comment section. Don't just leave one comment. I don't know. Sometimes I see, I think she posted one picture. I'm going to use her as an example here very well. She posted one picture, and the picture was fire. It was her husband that
took that picture.
I snapped my wife.
Anyways, it took that picture, and
I did not leave one comment. If I wanted to collaborate, I left like 2-3 comments on that page. And even though she only saw one based on the number of comments that were pouring in. But if you leave one comment, we probably would not see it. For somebody that gets 200 comments, 300 comments, they don't have time to reply each comment. Leave 2, leave 3. We'll
It'll
see
make
one
more
way.
impression.
You see, like, it will always comment, be the first person, put their post notification on, be the first person. That's what I did when I wanted to work with Metrical. I was always commenting, I was always liking, and now that I'm working with them, I don't used to. I'm just into the system. But I'm telling you, like, I was always, Metrical wanted to work with me. Funny thing is, they were also doing that. They were also doing that on my post. If it's now, whoever the social media manager is on Metrical, you always see them hyping it. They're saying, oh, this is so good. This is because I'm always mentioning their tool every single time. So before you collaborate with somebody, make sure you've built a relationship with them. You want to collaborate with Yeni. Okay, I'm going to give a real life example. So I have a friend, he just left the UK to another country, and I did not have enough money to offer him. He shoots really great videos. I did not have enough money to pay him for his services, considering the fact that his videos were top notch, all these MC films kind of videos. But I found ways in which I was able to provide value in a certain way. And I'm like, okay, let's do this.
even if I can't pay,
He shot, Larry shot my graduation. I didn't pay him for my graduation. Shot my pictures, shot my graduation. All the pictures that Larry has been taking of me, videos, I've not paid 5 naira. But the things that I've been able to come, I think I bought a C-stand one time. No, somebody gave me a C-stand for my birthday one time. And I'm like, there's no space in my room. Larry, do you want C-stand? And I gave it to him for free. They bought me a very big, I remember that. That's when I came to your DM and asked which softbox should I bought a softbox that was bigger than my room. And I'm like, but I remember that Larry shoots videos. I'm like, oh, Larry, do you want some box? Take this some box. Most of the gadgets that Brand sent to me, oh, Larry, do you want this? Or do you know someone that wants this? Take this and everything. That's the way we were able to. That's the way we were able to collaborate. 2 days ago, because I was giving out, because I'm moving houses, and I'm like, why do I have 5 tripods? And the person that looked to my hand, like, do you want tripod? She said, yes, take. That's how collaboration, that's how it was, that's how I do my own set of collaboration. And with the photographer thing, the same photographer that's taking my pictures from uni when I was 6, they still takes my pictures, my birthday pictures for next week. He's the one that took it when I went back to Nigeria. Every single year that I've been taking my birthday pictures, it's still the same person. For the past 8 years, he's been taking my pictures consecutively, but it's only started getting paid when I clocked 25. And now I'm going to clock 30. And it's just, you don't have to, how will I say it? You don't have to look at, oh, this is the number of followers I have or anything. What are you doing to build that relationship? You want to collaborate with Yeychi. What value do you have to offer her? When you said, okay, Bolaji, let's work for this event and everything, I didn't have to look at the followers or anything. I just looked at, oh, she has a podcast, she's doing this and everything. That's a collaboration.
and I put so much thought into the deck. I just
Oh, no, you worked there. No, that you worked on your deck and everything. So that's the way to collaborate. You want to collaborate with somebody that is earning 120K in a year. You need to think to yourself that what can I offer this person that she's not, you can't offer this person, you can offer her money, she'll collect, but you need to think
tangible.
if Yeychi comes and meet her and say, oh, let's collaborate, of course she'll say yes because she's built the numbers. If Yeni comes and say, oh, I can shoot these pictures for you, all you have to do is just post for me and everything, of course they will say yes. So you need to, it's not by looking at your numbers, you're already degrading yourself and saying, oh, you're already telling yourself that you're not good enough. If you think 1,000 followers is going to limit you, just make sure you have value before you collaborate.
Yeah, I love that.
So, I mean, Bolaji has said a lot, but I just want to say, in this country,
Leave your house. Nobody's going to answer your collaboration request at that house. And honestly, I've always been going for events. Oh my God. I went to a very uptight uni, and there was a time that I took leave, like the kind of uni that you have to call your parents to say, oh, your daughter must leave school. And I literally told my mom, because I wanted to go for an event in Lagos. I didn't grow up in Lagos. So I left school, went to Lagos for an event. I've always been going for events. Came to this country and I was staying inside for a while. I'm like, what's going on? This not
to be
happening
outside.
So I want to say go for events. People are, there's no statistics to back this up, just not the top of my head. Yeychi said it. But people are 80% nicer in person.
Yes.
I'm a lot nicer in person. Sorry, you slash. I'm a lot nicer in person. So when
And in my DMs.
you're able to talk. So think about Instagram. Now, Instagram is invite to a chat. So if you say hello and you don't mistakenly put the rest of your message, that's the end. No. Until the person opens that help.
And most times, person won't even open it.
And the chances of it being open is very slim. Yeah. So when you go for an event, you're able to say, hello, how you doing? This is what I took, this is my card, all of that. You can talk to the person. That's a lot of characters that you would use in like a minute to have with the person. People are a lot nicer in person. They'll give you their email address. Also follow yours who wants to work with grants. Go for events where they are like exhibiting or something. So you get their email address. So you're not getting collaborations@camera.com. You're actually getting someone that works there.
Yes, a person.
Emily@camera.com. You're getting her direct email address. You're to meet her in person. So go for events, walk up to people, discuss your ideas with them, and don't discuss and leave them. What you want? Think about it. Collect their contact details. Send a follow-up. If you had the event on Friday, if by Tuesday you're not sent that email, you're no longer top of mind.
True.
So Monday like this, as they're opening their inbox, they're seeing your email right there. So it's really good that you do that and you do it regularly. So always be on the lookout for events where you find meet people and events work.
Yeah, I love that. And we've talked about you collaborating with other content creators. Now, collaborating with brands. Let's talk about the business, the real business of content creation. Because, like we said earlier, it's one thing to create content, it's another thing to profit off it.
Yeah.
There are people that have lots of followers and they don't have money in their book. And there are people that may not even have so many followers, but they're still able to profit from it. So for you, when it comes to brand partnerships, how do you approach pricing? Like, what do you look out for to give a brand a price? Is it the number of followers you have? Is it the engagements you get? Is it the aesthetics you have? Like, what are some of the things you price based on?
Okay, so I like to say that first and foremost, I'm a content creator before an influencer. So I run it like a business. So I would be paid for the video that I'm making. I will be paid for the picture that I'm making. I will be paid for my time and also my resources. So I have a fee that I work with for how much my time is like per hour. Okay, and I then use that to calculate what my rate would be. Yeah, so the cost to produce a video, if it's an Instagram video, it's some of them sure. Because some videos you see is 30 seconds, but I filmed it, it took me 4 hours to film.
Yeah.
And then if it's a YouTube video, that's longer. So that would take me more time. Also the editing, the exporting, all of them take me a longer time. So I use this as a standard because it doesn't matter if I have that flat fee. If I was to lose my account and start all over again, or maybe I had just 1,000 followers, I must still charge that flat fee because that's how much it's costing me to create
that content.
The engagements that you get on top of that, or the number of people that will see the video. Now, those things are usually determined by industry standard. But hey, if another content creator is charging £800 for a video, and that £800 doesn't cut it for me to create the video, sorry, sister, brother, have you put about that £800? Because I was on a campaign when I was still in Nigeria, and there was a creator who had a lower following than me, but she charged almost double my fee. I wasn't mad because then I was shooting with a Canon F50. She was shooting with top gears, big Sony camera that can pay my school fees. Her length, no accuracy. She had a whole studio in her house. Her production is different. So
it's not going to cost, let them just use Nigerian standard, for example. Someone who maybe just came out of Big Brother Niger house has good following, okay, and they use their phone to create their videos. They probably just slap on makeup, make the video on their phone, maybe use the Snapchat filter. And then you look at Miss Techie, who uses cameras, her editing is crazy. I don't expect all of them to have the same cost to create.
Yeah.
So it's important that you have that, because what will happen is you start saying, oh, other people are charging 800 pounds, let me charge 800. But it was costing you more. If every time you have to create content, you have to hire a videographer, you have to hire a photographer, you need to add their cost to the
Final cost. Yeah.
okay, and then you find out what the industry standard is. Now, the industry standard is now is an add-on to what your flat fee is. Okay, so if you did do your research and find out that, okay, this is how much creators with 100K following are charging in this country. And industry standard vary per country, decade.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be charging here in the UK, it would be different from even in the US or even Canada, what they usually charge. But I would say content creation is relatively a very new business.
Okay.
There's no strict regulation just yet to say, okay, this is how much you should charge. So there's a lot of freedom, and sometimes that freedom is being abused on both ends. It's either you are overcharging or you're seriously undercharging. All right, so that's why I tell everyone, approach it from a business perspective. Look at what is costing you to create videos, all right, and then have your profit on top of that before then looking at what's your
Or not
peers
people are
charging. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Bolaji, do you have anything to add?
From my own aspect, I agree with everything she has said. For me, I have a base rate. I am not going to go below that base rate. Yeah. Whatever you say, there was a brand. Oh God, we've seen a lot. There's a brand that reached out to me, and and they were like, "Oh, for your creators with your engagement, we pay $200." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I replied to them. I said, "You're not paying me just to create a video. You're paying me. You're paying me to interpret your brief, to script it, to film, to edit, before I now post it. So you're paying me all of this, and this is what is included in my base rate. So I always have a base rate. So when it comes to working with brands, and like Yeychi said, you have to treat it as a business. I don't call myself an influencer. If you get influence, good. I am a creator. I am running a business. I am paying tax. I know how much I'm going to pay in tax next month. So I have to continue to run it as a business. I think this year alone, it has shown me how good it can get when it comes to working as a content creator. But I've seen other people have it better, and I want to have it better. But one thing I think we don't talk about more in the creative space is the lacuna of wisdom when it comes to pricing. Like Yeychi said, there is no in between. There is no balance in it. You are either undercharging massively
Or overpriced.
or you are overpricing yourself out of the campaign. So you need to actually just calculate what is your base rate. I tell myself how much will be fine for me if I'm working with any brand. Like how much will be fine for me. I have a video that is popping off in the US right now. So it has actually moved my audience that was majorly in the United Kingdom and YouTube straight into the US. Like I have 80% of my audience right now in the US, and it's actually increased my income with YouTube. And because I noticed that, I was getting an influx of emails, and I'm like, where did this come? Because I'm a numbers girl. I'm always like reviewing the numbers. Where is it working? Where is it not working? So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, this is not going to work. Now I'm going to give you, I always do examples of myself. And one of the brands I always talk about mostly is Metrical. I've worked with Metrical 4 times this year. I can tell you my very first campaign with them was £1,000. Right now, we are moving towards 10K. So it's more of, what are you willing? A brand comes to work with you today, you're charging 1,000. You are in demand, Because before, when Metrico came to meet me, I was only working with Metrico. But after Metrico, I worked with Planable, I worked with Hootsuite, I rejected 2 other brands because the money was not even. And another thing I've come to realize is I'm not afraid to call prices. Because sometimes the price with the brand, there was one brand I rejected, and I said, oh, I'm working with so and so brand until this month. And they said, oh, the budget is too high. I said, okay, oh, no problem, I'm not going to do it. They said, when I hear creators, creators with your number of followers, they are doing this thing. And then I was on 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Then when they came back, I was now close to 20,000 subscribers. I told them, the money that I called for you then,
Yes, it is.
it's not the same thing. They were like, oh, how much is it? And everything going up. It went up. And I'm like, oh, because I don't charge, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry to say, I don't charge in dollars, I charge in pounds. Because that's what I do.
That's where you
Any brand that you see me working with is they're paying in pounds. Most of the time, Nigerian brands, if you want to work with me, I'm going to convert it from pounds and tell you the Nigerian community if you want to pay in Naira. That's what works for me because I'm not spending Naira here. So it's not.
And that's to make sense for you.
It has, I'm not inconveniencing myself for any brand anymore. So that same brand, when they came back and I told them the price, they went to go and review. But before they came back,
It has gone up.
I crossed 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. The base rate has changed.
What did they say?
They were like, oh, I'm like, because the thing is, if they always have a budget, but the thing is, when they start seeing, I have a video, a brand partnership that is popping up, that is on 380K views. Even me, I'm shocked myself because why is a brand partnership video popping up on 380K views? But it's because of, and YouTube is not something that you really don't actually know which video is going to pop off.
Yeah.
But that video is it has popped, like, I think I gained over, it was that video that made me hit 1 million lifetime views on YouTube after being struggling for like 4 years. But then it just clicked when I was reviewing the numbers that, oh, I've crossed 24,000 subscribers. If I hit 25, that's another milestone for me. Okay.
So push it up.
Money has to go up because the things that are required of you is different. I I asked, because I'm always in Yeychi's DM, I was asking her, because I got to discover that, okay, she uses Final Cut Pro. I use the script to edit, but I've come to realize that my script is not going to work for me. And then I was asking her about cameras, what lenses should I get, which one should I do and everything. And then I was doing research and I'm like, if I learn this thing finish, my price is going to go up. So there's a whole lot of things that actually factors into everything. So you need to actually treat yourself like a business. Yeah. Most people just, like she said, live in Nigeria, you come out, you have the fame and everything. But that's why most of them don't actually matter in the long run. They don't stay relevant in the long run because they treat it as, it's fame, it dies. But if you want to stay relevant, you need to start treating it as a business. Yeah. You need to understand very soon we're going to start seeing the business of content creation because there's a lot that actually goes into it. We're paying taxes. She pays taxes. I pay taxes. Now, sometimes I'm looking, I was trying to tell myself, people are like, oh, Bolaji, you bought iPhone 17 Pro Max. It's tax write-off. I'm like, what's the best way to start writing off most of those spend? Like, I needed the money to make sense when I was doing my calculation. So those are the things you need to start creating. Like, you need to start creating and thinking of your business as a business. If I'm starting all over as a social media manager or content creator today, I definitely know that the wisdom I have now is going to make me more money than what I knew when I started. So you need to start thinking like a business owner. I'm not a business owner. A business owner that some months you make money, some months you will not make money.
As a profitable business owner.
Yeah.
Okay. So since we are speaking about money, what's the most you've made from a single brand collaboration? Don't you want to hear?
Yeah. So let's 5K pounds.
I don't believe that.
I'm serious.
Really?
I showed it to her, the email that I sent to your DM.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
5K pounds. That's my weakness.
What did you do?
One video.
On Instagram?
On YouTube.
5K pounds. That's like how many months' salary for some people?
Sorry, that was.
You can give us a range. You don't have to give us like a particular.
Well,
What's the range? Thousands of pounds, not tens of thousands.
We've not gotten to that figure.
Thousands of pounds.
But yeah, mine is 5K. I'm proud of it.
Yeah, 5K is a lot of money.
But that's not, do you know how much I'm paying on tax for that?
That's a lot of money. Okay, so we've spoken about the business side of things now. And we've mentioned Instagram, YouTube. So for someone that is thinking about starting content creation, like we've heard, okay, content creation is great. You have to think of it as a business. What do you advise? Like there are long form, short form. There's TikTok now. So for you, I want to talk about from a personal standpoint. What has
I wanted Yeychi to answer this.
Yeah, Yeychi can start. Yeychi
Yeah,
can start.
okay.
So
So she need a video.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what worked for you? Like, what should people focus on? People that are looking to not just create content now, they want to monetize their content.
So I have a bit of bias. I always recommend YouTube for two reasons. One, it's the one platform that pushes you to be a better creator.
Yeah.
It would stretch you. Because, see, you can come up on Instagram with a filter. Gosh, you can't do that on YouTube. How? They're not like Instagram. They don't make what HM every single day. Now, the collaboration feature on Instagram launched how long ago? They're not like Instagram and TikTok that are trying to copy each other. It's YouTube just released the feature like I think like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So it's one platform that would stretch you as a creator. It's easy to make a 1 minute video. Try 15. Just think of what you will say for 15 minutes. Think of how you would make a vlog interesting for 50. I can show you my day in 10 minutes. Arrival, departure, shopping, everything. But YouTube is one platform that will push you as a creator. And that's what you want. I mean, it's nice to have it easy, like just take pictures and post, which is cute. But if you really want that push, I would say YouTube.
Okay.
Another thing is, when you look at it, I'm going to come back to the brand's perspective. Brand recognize YouTube as the OG platform. They might not say it, but they have a lot of respect for creators on YouTube, honestly. And this is because when you have views, so any video can go viral on TikTok, on Instagram, and it's simply because you don't watch with intention on these platforms. So if you're on your phone now and you're scrolling, you can stumble on a video filmed by someone in New Zealand. You can stumble on a video filmed by someone in Ikorodu, in anywhere, literally. But with YouTube, I have to see your thumbnail and then I have to click it. So the numbers there represent intention. And brands know that. So here's the thing. You can pay a creator who gets 200K views on Instagram, and they deliver the same result as a creator who gets 10,000 views on YouTube, because they know that what they have on YouTube is 10,000 people actually clicking, and they're actually interested
In that video.
Now, once you watch a video past the first 3 seconds on Instagram counts it as a view.
Yeah.
In 3 seconds, you have not told me anything. What's the products? Some brands say, oh, put the products in the first 3 seconds. Like, can I at least say good morning? We have manners where I come from. We greet people, we start posting.
Let's connect, right?
Less a day. So, YouTube, brands also recognize this thing. And that is why I say, like, with YouTube, when you have 1,000 views, you know, it's 1,000 people that are interested in the topic you're talking about, okay? But this is not to say, oh, you must now be on YouTube, okay? There are also different parts of, like, just being on YouTube, where because some people say, oh, my life is not interesting. Can I be on YouTube and all? I found a photographer in Nigeria who I really just love his work. And I found out that he's starting a YouTube channel. Like, he started last week, just talk about, like, his photography process. Like, there is literally a niche for anyone there. Because people search for things on YouTube. They go and learn. I know that TikTok now is really rubbing shoulders with YouTube on becoming like the search engine social media platform. But does YouTube still have its relevance? Yeah, they've raised 20 years this year. It still has that relevance, okay? TikTok is great, honestly. It's beautiful. It's another platform that pays creators. But you guys know that TikTok is fighting a couple of lawsuits. So walking on eggshells. Right? Yeah. There are so many platforms. If you notice, I've not mentioned Instagram.
There's a reason.
At the moment, that's my least favorite platform.
Why? No, I want to hear her perspective. Why though?
So I don't know. But does anybody feel like they have to be perfect before they show up on Instagram?
Yeah, I feel so.
Like I don't know. Instagram does. I don't know. It doesn't push me to just pick up my camera and like record. Like I feel like the picture
There has to be a certain look.
it has to look well. Like everybody's so serious on that app. What? Try it. See your videos.
Exactly.
Okay, post the video and don't post caption. You see?
Yeah.
You can do that, but TikTok, I still see videos that don't have caption. But Instagram, now you need a hook in the first 3 seconds.
Yeah,
A video, and then someone was like that, oh wow, I love the hook.
just bloop all that.
But that was not the intention. Now you're scrolling like, use this hook for your next.
Yeah, there's just so much to think about. I'll use it as an example very soon. For me, though, I agree with YouTube. And when I started YouTube, Yeychi's course was the very first one that I took. Was the only one actually that I took. And then I became a numbers girl. Started reviewing the numbers, and I think one of my favorite courses when I was doing my master's was digital marketing and analytics, because then I learned the art of numbers. And that was when I started reviewing numbers to work for me. So when I first started YouTube and I took Yeychi's course, I think I was on 2,000 subscribers. And then I hit 3,000 subscribers, and I still did not understand how, sometimes when you take a course and when you implement it, you'd be like, oh, this is not working. And then the person that taught you see it working for them. Okay, how do I do this? Then I started reviewing my numbers. I started reviewing my terms. I started doing A/B testing, started using extension tools, and YouTube actually places you as an authority. It is harder to grow on YouTube, but once you're able to master YouTube, any other platform is going to be easy. If you think TikTok is very hard for you, Joy, like you said that you find it hard for TikTok, I'm going to give you one advice that Yeychi actually said. Don't post the same thing you post on Instagram on TikTok, and don't post the same way you post on Instagram on TikTok. Yeah. TikTok is more relaxed, more unplanned. You can just pick up your camera and start recording and start talking. You don't have to be too polished when you're on TikTok. I don't know what I did. When I got my phone and I did my camera settings, because a lot of people always ask me, what's your camera setting? Well, using the same phone, what's your camera setting? And then I posted the camera setting. I think the video, when last I checked, was on 18K views. I didn't do a video, it was just pictures. I just wrote on the pictures on my phone and I uploaded it. So TikTok is not something that there's a video I did with Canva. It was just a normal video. I posted it on TikTok first. It's on 9 million views. So and the videos that you think will do well, they're the ones that will not do well. TikTok works. I'm planning, like right now for December, I'm planning a series. It's more unpolished, more raw, and it's not something that I'm batch filming. It's something I'm filming every single day, where I can just pick up my camera and at the end of the day, I'm going to post. That's what works on TikTok. Diversify your content might be hard. If you talk about investing, I don't know much about finance, but if you talk about investing, and let's say you talk about investing on Instagram, you can talk about the losses. See, vulnerable stories work well on TikTok. Or the Aspire to Maguire works well on Instagram. And once if you tell me what platform for a new person to start with, I'll start with Facebook. Yes. Facebook?
Sorry, she didn't mean that.
I'm serious. Wait, I'm actually serious. Right now, I'm saying Facebook because wait, didn't you finish? It would teach you how. No, you people are misjudging Facebook. Let me explain. You are here. I beg. I'm saying Facebook because that's where most people started from. Most people, not me though, but most people. I'm saying Facebook because it would teach you grit, because you are posting and then you have 0 likes. but you still keep on posting and keep on showing up. And then with Facebook, some of us, I'm sure we look at our old Facebook posts with the notification memories that pops up on our phone and be like, when did I type this nonsense? It happens most times. But I feel like Facebook is a character builder. It would help you build character. You are judging me. I'm serious. And apart from the money aspect, which Facebook pays way more than TikTok. Facebook pays more than TikTok. Facebook pays way more than TikTok and YouTube right now. Facebook helps you build character. But if you want to really start, and I would say, if you want to start, don't start on Instagram. Like Yeychi said, start on YouTube. Because you wake up tomorrow and your Instagram account is gone for no reason. There was an account I was managing. On Monday, I just got an email. Bolaji, the account is deactivated. It was my church RCCG account. And I'm like, oh God, you people. I should have opened my phone. I did what I was supposed to do. And in 2 minutes, the account came back. But the account did not come back because I did what I was supposed to do. It's because I also have a contact in Facebook that actually helps. I just called Atishola. I'm like, Atishola, this account, I've done everything. Can you help me do this and everything? And she just did it. Because another thing I've come to, I beat Instagram because I've lost accounts and I don't even know how I got it back. But when I lost my account and got it back, I've heard people that have lost their accounts and it did not come back until after 2 years. What are you going to do with an account that goes? So you don't want to put all your life. And for some people, they'll say build an email list. But sometimes you don't need the email list. So why are you building the email list? It's not, what emails are you going to? I write to my email list once in every 2 months. Because that's what I can work with. So YouTube is very good. And if you don't know how to create 15 minutes long videos, there's YouTube Shorts, and people get paid for that too. So you can start with YouTube. But I'm of the opinion that make all your mistakes you want to make by starting with Facebook. Then if you are now looking for more you want to show, then you can now go on YouTube. But don't start with Instagram and don't start with TikTok. A lot of people are often on TikTok, they be like, I'm not going, but people are going viral. Well, it's not your village people, it's not your head. It's just the algorithm has changed and a lot of things have changed. And I get a lot of, because I have a community and some people are like, oh, I created a new account for my clients. The first video went viral. The second video is just white people that are old and we're in Nigeria. And I'm like, what do you expect? That's what TikTok is pushing because you've not sat down to understand your audience and the kind of context, the kind of audience you want to attract and the kind of content that works there. So that's why I'm more of Facebook. And then with Facebook, you get paid more if you want to. I don't care even with how much that they're paying on Facebook now, I'm still not really posting on Facebook. So that's my own advice. And yes, I know all of you in this room don't agree, but Facebook, YouTube, then you can now think of Instagram. And another platform we don't really talk about with the professional aspect, no, not Snapchat, LinkedIn. LinkedIn. You might not like it. The LinkedIn pay. LinkedIn. There are a lot of. There's a LinkedIn creator that made. Well, not me though. I just got my first LinkedIn partnership actually this month. But LinkedIn pays, and you actually build authority. But you build authority with the CEOs. If you are more in the professional line aspects, like maybe you talk about finance, you talk about health, you talk about mental health, LinkedIn actually works and they really pay. But the highest paid creators are on YouTube. They are not on TikTok or Instagram, they are on YouTube.
Awesome. So Facebook.
No, Yeychi's on his YouTube.
Okay, so YouTube, Facebook, and then the others, LinkedIn, Instagram, and don't forget, right, TikTok. Does anyone have any question for? I think we can take like 2 questions.
So what's the one that we don't know the difference between being an influencer and being a content creator, and that's one part of the question. Then the other extension of the question is, for some of us that's eating many plagues, right? A lot of us, we fancy all the nice and, nice content you guys put out there. By the way, I don't know Yeychi before now. I've known a bit before today. So it's a struggle, a big struggle. Quotes. The Joneses, you guys are the Joneses. So, I don't know, what's like the surefire strategy to your shoulder if I told you embark on this journey to becoming a content creator? you have gas to push in. I mean, you are able to throttle in as much as you can to put out videos every now and then. You get what I mean? Sometimes it's less of the technical paraphernalia. It's more about the ginger. Do you get what I mean? So I just wanted to hear from you guys if you have any point as to how some of us that we don't have the bandwidth to be able to do the videos every now and then.
Okay. Thank you. So I would say for the difference between creator and influencer, there's a thin line. Very thin. It's very, very thin. You see people say there's a thin line between love and hatred. The one between creator and influencer is thinner. It's thinner, and most times it overlaps. So most time a creator can influence you to buy a product. A creator can influence you to buy a gear. That's them being an influencer in that aspect. But people now, I think the word influencer is also abused a whole lot because everybody now strives to be an influencer. And I think the platform that abused it the most was Twitter. Because everybody strives to be a Twitter influencer, and which is why Twitter is now quite toxic because everybody's trying to form wokeness. Because what was making people Twitter influencers, you have to give banger tweets, you're giving hot takes, they're giving banger tweets, like, I don't know. The replies are very... Yeah, Yeychi uses Twitter a lot. That's about safe space. Could that be your safe space? But yeah, I feel like the line between Twitter, influencing and being a creator is very, very thin. And you just need to find out where you belong. But as a creator, you also influence people to do different things. That's my own definition. Now, for the second question, I would say, sorry, I'm actually looking at him. I'll say you don't have to create videos every day. You need to find, when you tell me to define consistency now, I don't know what consistency means in the normal dictionary, but my own definition for consistency is showing up when you can consistently show up. That's my definition. Now, let me explain. Consistency for me is saying I want to show up 3 times a week. The 3 times a week I'm showing up, it can be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It can be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. As long as I show up 3 times a week, it doesn't matter what day I'm showing up. Because consistency on social media is different from consistency in real life. True. Consistency on social media is you post. You need to engage with your audience when you post. So you post, you don't just post and ghost. In the past 2 days, my life has just taken shape. I have had posters scheduled, and I've not replied to any of the comments. But my consistency was, I'm going to post, because normally I make sure I try to engage in the comments. So consistency for me is when you post and people comment on your videos, you have time to comment and reply that post. Yeah. That's you building, because when you do that, the algorithm recognizes that you are online and tries to push your content further. It helps. But now, you post. You post on Monday, and then you cannot reply. You post in the morning by 8, and then you cannot reply till 9 p.m. at night. I've replied to your comments since 7 a.m. You're not replying by 9 p.m. When I see the next comment, I'll just help you to like the comments, because we can't, if it's something that, we need to continue a conversation, there's no way where it can do that. So my friend, Global Temi, that one, she's a midnight caller. She will post by 11 p.m. in the middle of the night, because that's when she can engage. You will see her 11, 1 a.m., 12 midnight. Don't ask me what I'm doing awake on social media. But that's when she's her post goes live 10 midnight. It's not, if you see her post in the morning, maybe normal time between 10 p.m. and midnight. And then that's where she can consistently show up. That's what consistency is for me. So you need to determine what consistency is for you when it comes to posting. You don't just want to post and ghost. Now, for me, for my stories, I like showing up on my personal story. I'm always a yapper. I am always yapping on my stories. I know you see my stories. I'm always talking. This is what's going on. I'm always spoiling movies for everybody. That's what I always do. Like on my stories, you see me, I share my challenges. It's just easy for me to pick up my phone and start talking. That's what consistency is for me. It's good for me to show up. But before I want to show up on social media, I have to make sure that I'm sitting down on my desk. The camera is in front of me, and I make sure that, okay, everything I'm saying leads to something. But on my personal channel, it just flows directly. So you need to figure out which one works for you, and that's how you can consistently show up. I don't know if Yeychi has something to add to it.
No, you have said it all.
Say it all. Awesome. Awesome. Any other questions? That's it? Okay, the final question for Shiva. Oh, you have a question? Okay.
How do you separate your life online and your private life?
Take.
I got you.
She has the answer on.
I do a lot of things. I'm tech, I'm to real estate, I'm into finance, and I have to say, I love. However, I like to keep a lot of things private, but then I think I'm at a point in my life where I want to be out there, I will help people. My businesses are going well, but I think I need more online presence to get myself to the next stage. But then how do I do that without exposing my private life? Because I like to be present.
Next, stay private.
Have your stage.
I have a simple theory. If I don't want anyone to talk about it, I don't post it. And for me, it's been really hard because some creators, in order to curb this, they still want to share their life with their friends. They had like the personal Instagram page. You can't do that. I know a couple of creators who I'm friends with, and they have like a private Instagram page where they share like things happening in their life. But for me, I'm not ready to address something. I'm not posting about it. Whether it's good, bad, in between, that's not a part of my life that I talk about. And that's just how I keep it. So it applies. You can't post something and then see, the internet now, we don't have boundaries on how you do. If you start, to finish it halfway there, to respect our private. I was in court. I knew what you were eating every morning. Then suddenly you don't want to tell me what you're eating again. No, that's not how it works. So whatever it is that you don't want to talk about, and there are times where people will poke you. Like if you mistakenly ask me anything on your street, then you just ask, say, that restaurant you went to, were you there alone? Ignore. So the thing is, some people do it. Some people now share the post on their page and then go, oh, I don't want to talk about it. No, you have already started talking about it. The best thing is just ignore those comments entirely. It has worked so well for me because people feel like, okay, I don't get questions that like pray to like my life or something. I've gotten questions asking me, oh, you traveled. Did you have your boyfriend stay in the same hotel? I've gotten those type of questions. Literally. I've gotten questions like, and I would never bring it to my story and say, okay, I don't want to talk about this.
You're already talking about it.
See about it.
Exactly. Maybe repeating that conversation.
If you ask me something and I don't want to address it, I don't want to address it. If I have a bad experience with a brand and you come and ask me, oh, how did it go? And I don't want to give the brand any form of publication, I'm not going to answer your message or answer your question. Some people take this the wrong way, but I'm trying to help you avoid heartbreak if you try in this brand. So if you don't want to talk about it, just focus on what you're showing us houses for real estate. Let's see that. You want to help people get into anything or learn about something. Talk about that. Let it be, when they come on your page, let it be all that they see. All right. But I think there are times where you can also enforce like boundaries with your audience. And that is by not replying those type of comments. Delete it. And who say, oh, ignore. Delete it.
And block them.
Yes. So, I don't like to block you because I need your views. So I would rather restrict you. You can see my
but there
comments.
yeah.
Or if you comment, only you I may see your comments.
Only you and me.
Only me and both of us I'll see your comments.
Oh my God.
I can count in my fingers.
I know.
And maybe a couple of
Her base block industry.
I do like to. You must watch me excel in the land of God. Hallelujah.
Amen. Amen. That was good.
So you said you guys always share
event details. So for some of us who don't have creator friends yet, but want to actively, attend events, are there other ways we can get notified about these events? What are there be platforms and things like that? And then the second question is, to I know we're supposed to, maybe you have an audience in your mind, the kind of audience you want to build, or you want to target a specific kind of audience. What would you say is the best way to kind of understand their needs? Yeah, like, especially where you don't have that kind of engaging community yet, where maybe you ask them questions, they respond. Up until that point, what are the practical ways you can, find out what they need? I know, like things like, say you're in school, for instance, yeah, it's personal because you have that experience. But let's say it's something you're not particularly involved in at the moment. For you, if you want to share, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Question. So, what's your first question?
Events. Where to find it?
It's okay, perfect. I'll take that. But you take the second question. So for the first question, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very good place to find these at because whenever a business is if they're exhibiting at an event, take for example by Hano, they would always post, "Oh, we're going to the arts. This is in photography week or something." So following brands
Okay.
outside like just their regular social media. So follow them on LinkedIn and you get to see where they are going for events. Another thing is in this country, PR agencies, very big. They might not bring you a lot of money, but they will bring you like events to go to meet people, to meet brands. So that's one thing I did when I moved to the UK. I followed a lot of PR agencies in Manchester. Now I'm moving too closer towards London. So I'm following PR agencies that are up in London. So, and you can make an introduction to a PR agency. Let them know your name, what you do, the kind of events or the kind of brand you're open to working with. And like send them a DM, send them an email, shoot your shots for PR agencies. So those are some places I would say for events.
Okay.
And I'll say for events, have friends that will send you the events. Like, that's my own, because I don't do all of that. She just says, oh, this one works for you. For the second question, I'd say you've identified who your target audience is based on the topic you want to talk about. But I would tell you, you need to create a strategy. It's the strategy that works. It's like a roadmap. It's like a plan of your life. That's how you need to map it out, like carry paper biro if you can, or your iPad, and start drawing it. Oh, this is how I want to do it. It's the way people talk about content pillars, content buckets, and everything. You need to know the topics you're comfortable talking about, the things you're comfortable to share. For me, I'm able to map out, okay, these are the things I want to talk about in my free content. These are the things I'm going to talk about in my paid content. So it doesn't overlap. Like I'm working on a mentorship program and I had to sit down. I had to map out my YouTube topics from January to December so that I could make sure, for 2020, I've done it. It took me 2 months. And so I could make sure that whatever topics I wanted to talk in the mentorship wasn't going to overlap. And then I wanted to start, I'm starting YouTube memberships, and those ones are going to be paid memberships. And I had to make sure that the topic for YouTube membership wasn't going to. So it was a very tricky thing to do. I remember I almost lost my mind. My roommate was like, are you all right? I said, no. But you need to sit down and plan it. And it's not something you plan in 1 week. You have to take your time to plan it. So I don't know, for me, for filming videos, for example, I have to sit down and I don't do vlogs. It comes easy to people like Yeychi because we sit down. Sometimes I'm like, this is 1 hour vlog and everything is very engaging. I'm like, what am I going to be sitting down and be talking? Sit down videos, I can sit down and talk. But you see that vlogs, the day she said, you need to do more vlogs, I looked at the DM, I'm like, what do you mean I need to do more vlogs? Like, what am I going to fit in a day that I'm going to be doing more vlogs? Even right now, I'm actually doing like weekends in my life. I have 3 vlogs sitting there, I've not posted one. But you need to sit down and map it out. And I've come to realize that that's what works for me. So I know that, okay, I knew that I was moving houses this week. I knew I was coming for this event. I know that I have another event after this. I know I'm going to church tomorrow. All those things will form one vlog for me. So you need to be able to like map out your content and map out your, how will I say it, your topics or what you want to do. It just forms to be able to now reach out to the audience and create engaging content. Yeah. That's literally how it works. I hope I was able to answer that question.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Yeychi and Bolaji. This has been like a masterclass, a paid masterclass on content creation, literally. Thank you. And we can